ladies and gentlemen of all ages, boys and girls. Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of Angry Meat Production. We appreciate you coming in and letting us be a part of your lives week in and week out. We hope to do our best to present you with something that your eardrums delight in. Whether you're looking at us on YouTube or Rumble, or listening to us on Spotify, Google, or Anchor, or any of the other podcast services that we are currently on or trying to get on. We thank you. And if you don't mind, at the end of every episode, stop by, leave us a comment, leave us a like. If it asks for 5 stars, we'll take 5 stars, even if you don't like us. 5 stars are what it's all about. With that being said, we hope you enjoy our attempt to make our advocation our vocation. Ladies and gentlemen, let the games begin. We here at Angry Me Production want to thank our sponsor, Mobile Notary Mindy. She's certified with the National Notary Association. She's also bonded and E&O insured. She offers a wide range of services including wills, powers of attorney, medical documents, healthcare proxies, living wills, certification of trust, assignment of personal property, HIPAA waivers, advanced healthcare directives, and 99 verification. You can find her on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Mobile Notary Mindy. You can also visit her webpage at TexasMobileNotaryMindy.com. That's TX, MobileNotaryMindy.com. Thank you so much and enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, angry faithful of all ages, and lurkers as far as the horizon can see, welcome to episode 187 of Nerd Sports. As you can tell, Mr. Jacka is late getting to the party, but it's okay. Fear not. Let not your heart be troubled, because we will continue to make Angry Me Productions great again. Okay? We're going to start the week off like we didn't do last week with Mr. Dickerman giving us the weird sport.
Now, on this weird sport, it's not really in a weird sport. What it is, I think I found the boxing match that happened this weekend, and I have it in its entirety. We're going to go ahead and watch it right now. It's low quality.
Man, I need to see some uppercut, dude.
I think that was an uppercut. I'm not really sure.
It's kind of funny because that guy kind of does look like Jake Paul.
I think that was an uppercut.
Dude, he lifted him a whole 2 inches off the ground.
I found that.
Hey, Darris, how is it going, sir? Yeah, no, I'm streaming the game. I'm not streaming the game. I'm looking at the score because that's how we get copyright strikes when we stream games that we're not supposed to without the written expressed consent of the NFL and the clubs involved with the game. So, there is some baseball news before we get into the whole Netflix crashing on Friday night. I want to assure everybody in attendance that we are not going to buffer. We're not going to come at you in 260p. We're not going to do it. Okay. And we're not even going to need a PS5 Pro to get that extra ray tracing. So, I mean, we're just going to come at you in high definition. Okay. Some of us a little closer to 4K than others, but that's okay. Right now in baseball, there's the Rookie of the Year finalists. In the National League, it was a no-brainer. Paul Skeens, who is the rookie phenom. I mean, he's a phenomenal pitcher, right? Rookie phenom. Everybody came in trying to troll on him during his rookie year, and I mean, there guys would take him yard, but statistically, that's going to happen, right? But man, I'm telling you what, Paul Skeens absolutely went out and dominated his rookie tour or his rookie season in the National League, and rightfully took home the honors of Rookie of the Year. There was a clutch performance by Padres Jackson Merrill and Brewers outfield Jackson Chourio. Now, in the let me see here. He's 22 years old, and let me see here. It took him less than 1 year after being selected first overall by Pittsburgh in the 2023 draft. Right-hander made his major league debut on May 11th. He not only lived up to his massive expectations, but he exceeded them en route to going 11-3 with a 1.96 ERA in 23 starts. He amassed 170 strikeouts, which is a Pirates rookie record. Okay. And it's just the latest year. I mean, the latest honor in his year of just owning it. Okay. He was named he became the first rookie pitcher to start the All-Star game since 95 when Hideo Nomo did it. Skeens' 196 ERA led major league rookies with a minimum of 100 innings pitched, and he finished just 4 strikeouts behind Shota Imagana for the rookie lead, while the Cubs lefty pitched 40 1/3 innings. So, I mean, you think about it, he was just 4 strikeouts behind. And let me see here. I think he pitched in fewer innings. Okay, so he would have passed him 100% if he just, made the opening day roster. Now, he becomes the first rookie pitcher to record at least 170 strikeouts and a sub-2 ERA since earned runs became an official stat back in 1913. He also joined late Marlins star Jose Fernandez as the only rookie pitchers in the past 35 seasons, with double-digit wins and at least 150 strikeouts and a sub-250 ERA. And he's just the second Pirate to claim Rookie of the Year honors, joining outfielder Jason Bay, who did it back in 2004. Now, let me see here. Who was that? Okay, let's see here.
You want me to take it from here? Because I got some.
No. Hold on. Okay. I was just letting him know that we're in a holding pattern before we start the football and the Tyson fight stuff. So Jason Bay, he was the first Pirates rookie to do it back in 2004. He's also just the 5th number 1 overall pick to win the award, joining Carlos Correa in 2015, Bryce Harper in 2012, Darryl Strawberry going way back to 1983, and Bob Horner in 1978. Let me see here. There was a considerable margin in the voting. Jackson Merrill finished second with 104 votes. Paul Skeens finished first with 136 votes. Well, not 136 votes. So he had 23 first place votes and 7 second place votes. Jackson Merrill flipped it. 7 votes for first place, 23 for second. So that's how the points broke down from there. Jackson Chourio from the Brewers got 26 third place votes, and Shota Imanaga, that's how he pronounced his name, from the Cubs. He finished with 4 third place votes, so they weren't real high on him. But then again, he was playing for the Cubs, so now let me see here, and I think they just announced it for the American League. Luis Gil put a cap on his 24 breakout season by taking home the American League Rookie of the Year. All right, so he's a 26-year-old right-hander. He edged out our teammate Austin Wells and the Orioles outfielder Colton Cowser. So Luis Gil is a Yankee, unfortunately. You know, and I'll give him props. I'll go over his stat lines. I mean, he is, even if he is a Yankee. Okay.
Hey, Johnny, can you do me a real quick? Check
Yeah.
the settings on your mic.
Am I coming in low again here? Hold on, let me look. No, I mean I've got it's set on my soundboard.
Okay. It's a little lower than usual. That's it.
Oh, my mic volume's all the way up.
Yeah. I guess. Let me.
I mean, is that any better?
Yes.
Okay. I had to turn the master volume up, so there's that. Okay.
Okay.
So are we still good there? Can you still hear me just fine? Okay, great.
Yeah. Sound.
All right. See, this is what happens with live podcasting, guys. So, and gals, and lurkers. So, you know, don't blow out the speakers in your basement. Don't feel like you got to get up. It's all good. Okay.
No. Okay. I'll tell you the reason why. Because sometimes, like, if I'm actually talking and I am a booming voice, and they have to turn it up to listen to you, and then I talk, and it's like, oh God. And you just see people like fall down, ears bleeding and everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I get it. Yeah, I get it. The American football team from Houston, he currently has the ball with 107. Nope, I'm sorry. 5:49 left in the first. And they are currently Cooper Rush was intercepted. Oh, yep. That's another pick for the Houston defense. Boys, I'm feeling really good about our pick from last week. So, anyways, Gill made brief big league appearances in 21 and 22, but he maintained his rookie eligibility until this year. He made sure to stick around this time. You have to have a certain amount of games, a minimum amount of games played in order to maintain or before you lose your rookie eligibility. So he would come up, maybe pitch like an inning or two, and then, you know, go back down, come back up, pitch an inning or two, come back down, come back up, wouldn't even play, and then he would go back down. You know, it's just kind of filling a roster spot kind of a deal.
Don't they do that on a regular basis on some teams though?
They do, and that is to manage contract time. Because if you if you leave a guy down in the minors, especially at the AAA level, they become eligible for the Rule 5 draft, which means any team can come in and draft him off of your squad, and they have to give up the minimum.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was to give the other pitchers a rest every once in a while. I mean, that's also
you've got a couple of different scenarios. You know, they may come up, they may get called up to help back up you know, the bullpen if somebody in the bullpen goes down. You know, they need a spot start, you know, or something like that. You know, because they want to save their bullpen, but this starting pitcher is either on the IL or they're going to skip him a start just to give him some extra rest. You know, it could be a litany of things. But mostly they do that to reset the clock on their time.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but let's see here. He became a key member of the rotation up in New York in May. He went a perfect 6-0 during that month with a .70 ERA and 44 strikeouts over 38 2/3 inning. He did experience some ups and downs. He had a couple of really rough patches there, especially during the summer and the late months of the season. He still finished with a 3.50 ERA and a 26.8% strikeout rate over 29 starts for New York. So, you know, congratulations to the two rookies of the year. I mean, for Paul Skeens, at least, I hope that, you know, I look for him to, you know, repeat the, you know, the performance that he put in this year. Now, the league is going to have to make adjustments to him, and he's going to have to adjust also. But with the command and the control that he had on his entire arsenal of pitches, he's not going to have to do that much, make that many adjustments in order to stay effective at the big league level. So I look for a good long career out of Paul Skeens pitching from the mound. The only caveat to that is if the management, the skipper that's assigned, that has the job that year manages the bullpen effectively. Are they going to overwork him? They're going to leave him in too long. Pitch counts are, unfortunately a part of the game. We just need to make sure that his arm gets taken care of and he's only pitching every 5 days. If he does do it on short rest, don't do it very often, that kind of a deal. So, let me see here.
There is actually, I found some interesting news this week that the Pirates are doing. And it is for the Paul Skitz. Can you tell me this?
Paul?
Yes, Paul Skeens. Lucky finder who finds this card with the PNC Park to share it with all Buccos fans. It is
Buccos.
Buccos.
The Pirates are called the Buccos.
Buccos. Okay, thank you. 2 Pirate season tickets behind home plate for the next 30 years, and a softball game for 30 at PNC Park, and coaching from Pirates alumni. A spring training experience like no other. Pirate tours of a city and LECOM Park. Meet and greet with Paul Skeens. 2 Paul Skeens autographed jerseys. Taking batter practice, warm up with the team, and other unique experience at the Pirate City and LECOM Park. That is a Willy Wonka style golden ticket, and there's only one.
It's a 1-for-1 card. Yeah. So, but I tell you what, my dream January would be. Actually, dream January for a scant $5,600. It includes round trip airfare, transportation to and from the airport, hotels, accommodations, as far as like food, whatever, and complete access to the spring training facility.
How much is it?
It is $5,600. It's Red Sox fantasy camp. You have to give them your measurements.
Oh, okay.
You have to get measured for uniforms, right? You bring your own spikes, your glove. They provide you with bats that are measured and weighed for you. You get your own locker with your name above the locker, your own nameplate. You play 7 games in 6 days. In the champion or the winningest camper team gets to play against Red Sox alumni at the end of the week.
Funny that you say that. I have something I can put on pawn that's like 5,600.
Dude, if you sent me a text or a FaceTime from Red Sox fantasy camp, I would have to kind of disown you for about a month. Just so that way I wouldn't have to listen to it. I don't want to see pictures. Dude, the jealousy would be real. Okay? Real.
Hey, knowing me, I was like, hey, Johnny, big mistake, but I'm enjoying the mistake. I pawn the staccato. Okay. Did you go to the Red Sox? Yeah. But my dyslexia kicked in hardcore on this one, and I filled out my name and not yours. So I had to take the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't expect any less. Yeah, of course. Jackass. Let me see.
That's how it would actually go. It wouldn't be like I've done it so many times. It's not even funny. That's what's really sad.
It is.
Hell, I did it today at work. I walked off. I was doing the job. I walked off. I went buy something, and someone was like, "What are you doing over here?" Good question. I gotta go back.
Right.
I have no
Y'all
idea.
see the,
Yeah.
did y'all see the crappy Game of the Year award game picks?
No. If
Okay.
Astrobot didn't get a nomination,
No, Astrobot did, which I'm happy for. Two of the games I didn't even hear about, and one of them is a poker roguelike game.
okay.
It's Astrobot, and okay, look, don't get me wrong, I love Elden Ring, great game.
Uh-huh.
It's a DLC, and it's nominated for Game of the Year.
A DLC is nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah, the Elden Ring DLC got nominated for Game of the Year,
Okay.
which I don't like because that kind of says we just have to put out an add-on to our game to qualify for Game of the Year, as opposed to there just being an own section of like best DLC for the year.
Hold on, I'm watching something here. Okay.
Are we still waiting on Chris? Do we want to give a? I got something else that happened this weekend.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
John Jones in the 306 UFC fight won. Surprisingly,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
And,
But
and
there's another. You step back. You step back.
okay. You know what? You're right. I'm sorry.
You
Sorry
step back.
for yelling. Sorry for yelling.
Yes. John Jones did something special.
Sorry.
John Jones gives the UFC heavyweight. Is it heavyweight belt?
Yeah.
Yeah, heavyweight belt to the 47th president-elect, Donald J. Trump. Shakes hands, praise God, and is talking to him man to man.
This belt, it's a wonderful thing. It's beautiful. It's grand. It's the top of everything. I don't know why suddenly I became Christopher Walken. I was trying to do a Trump impression. It's terrible.
You did it wrong. That was not a good Trump impression.
There you go. Look at him. Colin coming in from left field. Yes, sir.
This is how you do it.
You know what? I'm going to clip that.
But I know we're not going to get a copyright strike from that one, only because of Danny Wade's already said he's like, yeah, clip my stuff, post that stuff. It's free advertisement. I don't care.
Yeah.
As long as you don't do the whole entire video and everything.
So it was a couple years ago. It was just before I got married. Yeah, it was that summer. It was just before I got married. We found this glass in Bandera, Texas. Mm-hmm. That is a 50 cal round in the side of my beer glass. That's
some strong glass.
Well, they heat it up with a blowtorch first.
Okay, autistic. You go right ahead.
Hey. And look at that. Cameron with the one way.
It's hard sometimes to do the camera stuff.
Can't show the label.
No free sponsor. But if they're willing to sponsor us.
If they're willing to sponsor us, I will partake of their product liberally. And that will be the only thing that I do liberally.
Yeah. I don't know if we want to wait on Chris on this one or we want to go ahead and show this because
you know what? Okay.
Johnny's gonna be like super, super happy about the what I'm gonna show.
And his high school team for the playoffs, they won 53-14. Hey, look at Darius coming in. Heck yeah, dude, own it. And
Yep.
I would like to say
if you
something.
guys make it to state, actually, you know what? Every win from here on out in the playoffs. What position do you play? Hurry up.
Defense.
He's defense?
Yeah.
Okay, so for every takeaway you guys have on defense, I don't want to hear the whole whatever your team mascot is, pride, right? Yell out scissor me timbers.
It's Lineberger.
Yell out scissor me timbers with every defensive takeaway from here on out to the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There you go. So do we want to wait on Chris on this one, or because
Dude,
it's
I want to say
December?
Here, I was saying never mind.
You know what? We're gonna do this. Okay, so for those of you who suffered through various online feeds, whether they were on X, whether people were breaking all kinds of community rules on TikTok, or trying to suffer through the ineptitude of Netflix's IT team, Friday night we had the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight that was touted for years.
I don't think we can call that a fight. It's more like a
I'm getting there. And speak of the devil. Oh my God in heaven. We have got in the house the big, beautiful bearded bastard.
Zijaka.
Not buffering. Coming at you live in high definition.
All right, I'm late, yo. I get out of work real late.
Yeah, well, it's all good. I mean, at least you're not relying on disability. Just putting that out there. Okay.
I like your shirt. The shirt's cool.
It is.
I am working myself towards disability, but yeah, I'm not quite there yet.
I mean, at least you're not putting lotion on your gaming chair, and
True.
And you're not broadcasting from the basement.
I have definitely worked my way out of the basement.
Oh, that's
I may be on the ground floor, but I'm not on the basement.
Now, the undercard fights on Friday night were in fact actual fights, and they were good ones. Okay. However, the interaction between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson for the main event. I mean, let's just call it what it was. It was a cash grab. And, I'm not mad that it was a cash grab. I'm mad that they tried to portray that as an actual bout. Okay. Now,
if it was going to be an exhibition, they should have just come right out and just said,
this exhibition doesn't count toward the stats. Get it. Love it. Right?
Well, here's another thing. And yes, I agree with Houston Sports Talk number 99. Here's the thing. It did show the undercards, and they were really good.
Mm-hmm.
And it got you excited for the sport. Although the end was kind of a letdown, and yes, I'm going to say it was just, it was a beautiful woman, and she was a dead lay.
Hey, you know what? Mike Tyson still touched Jake Paul more than some people's wives have in the last 3 years. Okay. That's all I'm saying. I mean, when you saw Mike Tyson after he put his shorts on and he showed, after he showed his ass to the entire world because Netflix buffered at the right time or the wrong time, depending on your point of view.
Dude, that was hilarious.
It was. And you heard the lady, the mid-fight announcer. She was like, "I didn't need the butt shot." What was it, Rosie Perez? She's like, "I didn't need the butt shot." But it's like, I mean, and here's the thing. That was Mike Tyson Jr. interviewing his dad, right? And his dad's like, it's just, it's fight, right? And turns around and you see he's walking away in a naked ass, right? And it's like, did you hug your dad with his dick out? Like, is that a thing? I mean, Tyson's walking out, and from contrary to his training montage videos, where you would swear that they were a Peter Griffin cutaway, right?
Yeah.
I mean, his legs were the size of telephone poles. However, on Friday night at AT&T Stadium, I don't know if it was the lighting. I don't know if it was the buffering or the low definition streaming. I don't know. You noticed that Mike Tyson came out a little slow, wearing an e-brace. And his legs, well, I mean, they weren't there. He was moving slow enough. And it looked like it wasn't feeling good. He was under the weather, whether his Geritol wore off. I don't know. But Jake Paul came out with a montage, right? Or his entourage. Tyson walked out on his own. I mean, no trainers, no cut guys, no nothing. He didn't even have the disability lawyers that happened to be not doing their job properly walking behind him. I don't know. And there was a couple of times during the early rounds where Mike Tyson, I guess he was having a couple of flashbacks, and he got a good cut in on Jake Paul. And you saw Jake Paul telegraphing it to him, hey, calm down there, guy. You know, this is
Remember your contract. You're not supposed to hit me.
this is
a lot of people
Not
are
even
like,
a joke either.
Yeah.
and I don't think this is real, but a lot of people are like, oh, it was scripted. Oh,
no, absolutely. It was scripted.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, it's scripted.
Did you see how many times he pulled his punches? And he started. There were a couple of them where he started with that hand, and he remembered, I don't know, I can't do it. And there was one where he actually started, and he faltered through.
Yeah,
I also at the
gloves. This is say what you want about Mike Tyson.
Yep.
58 years old. Hey, you went out and got yourself a $20 million payday. Good for you. Okay.
Yeah.
But when he told the ring announcer, I have a biting fixation, it was the line of the night.
Yeah.
at the end of the fight also.
Go ahead, Colin.
At the end of the fight also, he said that he went into the fight with an injury. And when he was walking in, he was tripping a few times.
Yeah, and he would have ended the first round if they had actually let him go.
Yeah. I mean,
it wouldn't have mattered how wounded he was, how swollen his leg, or I'm sorry, how messed up his leg was,
how unstable his knee was. Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
that was a hardcore. It was a compression fitting, but I mean, still, you saw flashes of the old Mike Tyson because his feet were starting to move a little bit.
And he would like set him up with the uppercut, and he would be right there, and he'd have to stop.
Your best look on this, though, Colin, if you actually want to, and yes, sometimes it's a little different. Understand it was kind of scripted a little bit. Now look at his last fight
from beginning to end, man. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, I'll give you that. Yes.
Okay.
Look at one of the old fights. The closest to the oldest fight. What was that? Was it who was Tyson's last fight? Like legitimate life fight?
Roy Jones Jr.?
Yeah.
It was an exhibition fight during the COVID pandemic.
Yeah,
and
dude,
look at that fight. Look at that fight.
Oh, Tyson was.
Look at this.
Yeah, because Roy Jones Jr. during the fight, he was one of the ringside commentators. He was like, "That power don't go away."
Yeah.
I hate Jake Paul with a passion. This dude pisses me off every time he talks because he's so egotistical and will not. He will not keep his mouth shut.
You know,
and
go ahead.
Real quick, in the early days of YouTube, there's that forest in like Japan or China or something where people go to kill themselves.
Yeah, Japan.
Jake Paul recorded a dead body in that forest and got in trouble for it by that family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
so,
oh boy, did the internet lose their mind.
Yeah. So, Yahoo.com, Yahoo Sports, right? Their entertainment page. Shame on me for clicking on it. Here's why Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are suspended after their Texas fight. I'm like, okay. So I click on it and I scroll in and I'm like, all right, okay. Yeah. And then I go, oh, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul were handed suspensions following their 8-round boxing match at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas. The suspension is not due to misconduct. It follows the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation rules, which require rest periods based on fight duration. Both fighters are now on a 24-day suspension to ensure their physical recovery. Clickbaity.
That's the ultimate clickbait.
Clickbaity. I'm like, shame on you. Shame on me for clicking on it, but there's not a comment section for me to go click on.
Right.
Like, I mean, now getting back onto Netflix, it's like, okay, they've got a slate of Christmas Eve NFL games this year, right?
Mhm.
And they announced that Beyonce is going to perform at NRG Stadium at halftime for the Texans-Ravens game. I don't know if you guys saw my Facebook post today, but I'm like, maybe Netflix will buffer and crash during the halftime show.
That was what I said.
So that way we don't have to listen to Texas Hold'em or whatever that song is, that really poor attempt at rockabilly country or whatever she's trying to call it.
She got a lot of flack with that song.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah. And then did you see that she got fucking nominated for a CMA for it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, she got nominated.
Yeah, that's fucking disgusting.
And on top of and it's got nothing to do with race at all. So
no,
for those of you for those of you backbenchers, you backbiters that are going to come back and like cut this show up in the morning and post it on your personal page, listen. We are not talking about her race. We're talking about the failed attempt to cross genres.
Yeah.
She's a hip hop artist.
She changed nothing when she made that song. This was her style.
Yeah.
Changed nothing but called it country music.
Because you put on a cowboy hat doesn't make you country.
Okay. There's a lot of people that tried to change genres.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them fell, some of them actually make it out. I mean, Post Malone, he's gone from pop and he's going back to country. Is he doing it right? Yes, he's doing it right because
he's doing an amazing job at it.
Yes.
I mean, listen, Aaron Lewis did it right.
Yeah. Who's the guy that he was back in the early 2000s?
You mean Hootie from Hootie and the Blowfish? Yeah.
No. Darius Rucker.
Yeah.
God, I can't remember the band's name. I used to listen to them all the time. They had that one song, Mud. And I just can't remember. But he went from like heavy metal to
POD?
country. I think
you're
so.
Talking about, no, you're talking about Aaron Lewis from Stained.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He'd already he covered. Now the he's got that one song. It's called I cannot think of it. I'm drawing a blank. It's a great song. It screams Aaron Lewis's style, but there's not a lot of the double bass drums. There's not a lot of the extra. I mean, it's got a very acoustic sound to it, which falls right in line with a lot of the mainstream country albums that are being produced. At least they were at that time. So
well, hell, who was it? Seether that made a country song. And literally the title of the song is Country Song.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounded country.
No.
It was good. I liked it.
I mean, no, it's a good song. I wouldn't call it country, but it was.
I mean, people are looking at like, oh, well, genre crossovers. I mean, look at Metallica's S&M album.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. Right. You bring a symphonic orchestra to back you up and play your songs. That's cool. Right.
Yeah. But heavy metal and orchestra has always been a thing. Look at Iron Maiden.
That's true. Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, Howard Stern is throwing shade at Netflix. Netflix was just, broke the internet both Friday night and all weekend with the memes.
Does people actually still listen to Howard Stern?
He still has his own channel on Sirius XM. I don't personally listen to it because I don't know. The king of all media here lately is Joe Rogan. Honestly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Howard Stern's been relegated to maybe like the court jester adjacent. I have no idea. The only reason why he's still able to afford his lavish lifestyle is because he's been able to con the people at Sirius XM for years into paying him millions of dollars to hold to host a radio show that nobody listens to. So, I mean, and you know what? If we get hate from Howard Stern, please give us the free publicity.
I laugh my ass off.
I mean, if we end up on a clip from on Howard Stern show, or if David, you get a call saying, "Hey, we need you guys to be a guest on our show," like, yeah, okay,
Do it.
You're gonna pay for me to fly to New York City? Like,
no, dude. Okay,
on Zoom. No.
This is what I've gotten from people is Howard Stone's not even in the studio with you anymore.
Stern.
He's in town. The Stern. What? Okay.
Did you say sternum?
He said Stone.
Oh, Howard Stone.
Howard Stern.
Because
I have to talk slowly. If I had talked fast, I mess words up. But I'll try to do it as best as I possibly can. Now, saying that, he does it from the studio. He's actually not even he has a studio in his home. The guests go to an actual studio, and who's the lady that's does it with Robin? She's actually there. She's the only one actually there. It's just the guest and Robin, and Stern is like in a video conference thing at his house.
Mm-hmm.
So again, the king of all media. I'm paraphrasing a line from Megamind. There's no such thing as the Queen of England.
There's no Tooth Fairy. There's no Easter Bunny. And there's no Queen of England.
Yeah, so there's no king of all media. Come on.
Now, a segue going into SEC stuff. Something magical is happening. And Johnny, I want you to mute your mic. I'm gonna go ahead and mute your mic real quick so you don't like say anything during this, because I know you're gonna have like a knipsh. You're gonna get too much anxiety of happiness.
So, are we talking about the fact that Army's still 9-0 and they're ranked number 18 in the nation, 16 depending on what poll you look at?
We are going to talk about Army, but it's not about that. But I'm going to mute your mic so you don't go forward a little bit faster.
Oh, yeah. He knows sign language.
Today, a milestone in the Kentucky. It is the reorganization day ceremony of the new 101st Airborne Division, better known as the Screaming Eagles of World War II fame.
First activated during World War II, the 101st Airborne Division, better known as the Screaming Eagles, were routinely called into action when the need was immediate and extreme, becoming known as a relentless fighting force that never turned down a difficult mission. All of these battles during this time led the 101st to their greatest rendezvous with destiny the division had ever seen.
Then suddenly, from France, we're heading for Belgium. Under cover of fog and bad flying weather, the Wehrmacht launches a desperate counterattack. They're throwing 25 divisions at us. Our lines reel back. The Battle of the Bulge is on.
Germany launched a massive attack in the Ardennes forest. Heavy fog grounded air support for the United States. The goal was to seize and control the 7 roadways of Bastogne. With the extreme winter conditions, there were minimal supplies, and the 101st were outgunned, outnumbered, and surrounded on all sides. The German troops saw this as a time to ask for the 101st surrender, but this band of brothers had other plans.
On the 22nd, the German commander, ridiculously enough, demanded surrender of the surrounded town. I just replied nuts, for I knew that one word best expressed the feelings of the division.
That belief, combined with their disruption, preparation, and flexibility, proved to be the key difference, as they were able to fight off the enemy and claimed another big win for the Allied powers in World War II.
Through it all, no one doubted for an instant that we would hold the town under any sort of attack the Germans could put on. The 101st Airborne Division has met and defeated the Germans in Normandy and Holland and will continue to do so whenever called upon.
On the 80th anniversary of the Siege of Bastogne, we pay homage to the Screaming Eagles, who prevailed against all odds, holding their ground against a massive German offensive in the Ardennes forest. Go Army, beat Navy.
This generation of Americans has a rendezvous with destiny.
So should we give him a minute? Should we give him a minute to
Nah, bring it back in? As soon as I heard the screech, I knew.
Let's fucking go, baby. Yeah. Oh, yes, sir. Woo! I got to get me that helmet, yo. Oh my God. That
is some hotness.
Oh, that is sexy as shit, dude. Yes. Oh, I have to have the jersey from this year's Army Navy game. It's the 101st.
Yep.
That is so hot, dude.
I'm surprised you didn't see that
I
yet.
got some goose- dude. I have been busy with schoolwork and doing things around the house all day, bro. My goosebumps have goosebumps. Oh, that is. Oh my God, dude. Yes. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Okay. I'm over here losing my absolute shit. Woo, that is bad.
I was watching at the same time. I was like, oh my God, thank God I muted his mic.
Oh. Yo, I have got right here. It's a Jim Beam decanter, right? Ceramic. Check that out. Right? It's a quote from the 1st Division commander. This division has a rendezvous with destiny. Now, Major General William C. Lee on the Brooklyn docks before the division boarded the ships to go overseas to Europe said this division has no history, but it has a rendezvous with destiny. Right? That's where we get our division motto from. Check that out, dude. It's empty, of course, but it's 101 proof. Right? I'm sitting there like, yeah, what's up? I found one of those years ago.
I cannot.
And it broke. And dude, I'm telling you, I cried. I literally cried when it broke. My mom and dad found that for me and replaced the one that I had.
Nice.
But dude. Whoo. Oh boy. That is awesome. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to compose myself. David, Chris, somebody.
I honestly got nothing after that because that was the last thing I needed to show. So we can go into. Was there anything special that happened to SEC? By the way, give me
Georgia lost, I think, this weekend. You know what? No, Georgia won. Alabama won. Let me see. Okay, so college football. Here, Notre Dame, everybody talks about how Notre Dame, this pride and tradition. They've been an independent team. They don't belong to a conference. I think that time needs to come to an end.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you're ranked number 6th in the nation. You're 9-1. You've won 8 games in a row. You've done that against a lot of really high-profile teams. Join a conference, because this, well, we were the Fighting Irish and we need to fight our way into the college football playoffs. And like, how about you just join a conference and maybe, just maybe, people will start, you won't have to, garner these University of Texas-esque type deals to get your own network. I just,
They have their own network?
well, they've got, NBC has signed a deal, NBC Sports. Well, back when it was NBC Sports, the only place that you can watch Notre Dame games, a lot of times exclusively, unless they're playing an SEC team, is on NBC.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. But Army had a bye week this week. So they're resting up, to include the Heisman Trophy candidate, Bryson Daly. They're going to be playing Notre Dame at Yankee Stadium this coming Saturday for the Pinstripe Classic. But
I actually want to watch that.
I do want to watch that game. For the first time all year, Army trailed in a game this last week against University of North Texas. And it was only for about a minute and some change, because University of North Texas went down, stalled out on their opening drive, kicked a field goal to go up 3-0. And it was a low-scoring affair, just because University of North Texas, they've got a decent run defense. But Army come out on top of that one, 14-3. But let me see here. Let me look at something here real quick. Let me see. That's the AP polls. Let me see where they've got Army ranked. Yeah. Okay. So Army's kind of getting penalized a little bit by having the bye week, which it's not uncommon. So, they were at number 16. They're number 18 in the nation. That is the AP poll. I think the coaches poll has them at, let me see, USA Today coaches poll. Coaches poll has them at 17. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, it might be a little bit emotional for me, but I do think that Army can and has the ability to beat Notre Dame this coming weekend. They just have to do what the other teams that they've been playing against haven't been able to do, and that is control and eliminate the turnover. If you can control the turnover portion of the game, if you are on the plus side of the turnover margin, 99% of the time you're going to win that game. 99% of the time. Special teams really don't have to worry a whole lot about special teams. Army has been notorious so far this year about controlling the time of possession. They get these long statement-making drives. Bryson Daly, not only is he good with his legs, he's a good running quarterback. He's also a decent passer. So, the fact that he gets in and out of the pocket, he doesn't take a lot of negative plays. I think right now he's leading, I think it's the nation in touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, with 23, I think it is. Or no, it's either 21 or 22. Anyway, so he's leading the nation in actual touchdowns scored, not passing touchdowns, but rushing touchdowns. He has set a single season American Conference record, as well as a West Point record for the number of touchdowns scored in a single season. He did that a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, this is going to be the biggest, and I mean the biggest test for the Gray Line coming up on this Saturday against Notre Dame. So that's going to definitely be a game that I am going to want to watch. I think that it would be great if, because right now in the American Athletic Conference, Army's already been invited to the championship game, and
have they now?
They have, yeah, for their conference. Yeah, I mean, because the nearest team is Tulane, which I saw Tulane play. I think it was Ole Miss or Mississippi. No, it was Ole Miss. I think it was in the Armed Forces Bowl a few years ago. Tulane's pretty good. They're 9-2. Army's 9-0. Tulane's played a couple of out of conference teams. Tulane's a really good team, but they have a lot of deficiencies on the defensive side of the ball. As far as like run defense, they're one of like the mid teams in the nation. When you think about the sample size that you're taking, that's a pretty big deficiency. Navy's currently 7-3 in the American Athletic Conference, so the AAC is pretty much wrapped up. I mean, the only thing Navy or Army has to do is they just have to stay focused on the mission, and that is completing the year undefeated. So, you take it one battle at a time, and right now the battle that they're focusing on is winning against Notre Dame. So, I mean, of course, the mission is always to beat Navy. Absolutely. So,
honestly, yes, it usually is, but I would want them to see them to actually win a championship, because Army or Navy has never really won a championship. Their actual championship
during the 40s, the service academies were winning national championships.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, their 30s and 40s, West Point and Navy were winning national championships, but
not here recently.
And that's a lot of that is because the rule has always been that when you go to a service academy, you're not going to play in the NFL. You're not going to play professionally if you go to a service academy. No. Roger Staubach was one of the first ones to really break that mold, to break that cycle. He got drafted by the Cowboys, and the Cowboys were told, "Hey, you want him, you got to wait for him to finish his military commitment." Which, once Roger Staubach finished out his time as a Navy officer, he resigned his commission and went to go play for the Cowboys. And then David Robinson from Navy. I mean, there's a reason why they call him the Admiral. I mean, he didn't make Admiral in the Navy, but he was drafted by the San Antonio Spurs. He also had to finish out his Navy commitment before playing professional basketball, which he did. But with the first Trump administration, he signed into law the opportunity for service academy. Hold on a second. Let me decline that here. Service academy athletes to be able to play professional sports. If you'll remember the Navy linebacker from a few years ago, I forget his last name, or his first name is Fagot, and it's spelled Faggot.
Oh yeah. I remember.
You were there. We watched that game together at B-Dubs in Wichita. But
we just looked at each other every time they were.
Yeah. You want to talk about a dirty ass player, dude? That guy. I saw at least 3 face masks that he did not get called for, and there was one targeting call that he didn't get called for. And I'm like, really? We're just going to let them play. No, you still need to think about the safety and the health of these players on the field, because these guys, they could go out and get a job making 6-7 figures probably, but we need them where it matters the most. So, you need to call that crap, because a rule is a rule, right? He opted out of his senior year at the Naval Academy. Was drafted into the NFL. I forget what team took him, and he was cut 2 weeks into training camp.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did not make the NFL.
Funny.
I mean, and he got taken in the late rounds too, so he didn't even get guaranteed money.
Okay, this is probably going to be a dumb question. Who was the Ranger that played NFL and after 9/11?
Tillman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not Pat Tillman. Well,
I'm trying to
Pat
find.
Tillman, yeah. Pat Tillman went from the NFL
Right.
to the Army.
He wasn't. He didn't come from
University of
Mississippi.
He was at the University in Arizona, right?
Yes. Yes. Well,
This-
yeah,
I
and then he
think
played for
this
the Arizona
weekend or
Cardinals.
last weekend, and I forgot about it last week. So sorry, sue me. I don't care. They took homage to him, and that's what their jersey had. They had John Tillman. His initial.
Yeah, Pat Tillman. I mean, he went
Yeah.
to Iraq in 2003. It was a
That was dirty.
friendly fire.
Fratricide incident.
Yeah, well, actually, it was Afghanistan in 2004. So he actually already had one tour under his belt with the Rangers. So, but Alejandro Villanueva, he played for 8 seasons with the Steelers. He was an Army Ranger. And he was playing in the NFL during the height of that whole capper bitch, kneeling, kerfunkel. I'm just going to use that word, kerfunkel, because it just sounds fun. I heard the word kerfunkel last night on, because my wife and I, we watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine at night when we're going to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
and Captain Holt's husband, Kevin, was getting on to him like, Raymond, you're not causing another kerfunkel, are you? Yes, some things require a kerfunkel. I was like, I'm going to have to use that word because that's a great word to use. But the entire Steelers team went into the locker room for the national anthem. Villanueva came out and stood at attention at the end of the tunnel.
By himself.
By him damn self. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. And I'm like, you know what?
Love to see it.
Hell yeah. I mean, that dude, I'm not a Steelers fan by any stretch of the imagination, but I became a Villanueva fan real quick. So,
guys, just now I got a clear photo of the fight from this weekend.
I know. Okay. Yeah.
Wow, that is incredible. That's
280p right there, dude.
I'm saying that is incredible.
Yeah.
How did you?
Or no, it's 240p. I'm sorry.
Is that
am I looking at a screenshot of Mike Tyson's punch out right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was digitally enhanced, by the way.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Shop to take the buffering circle out.
Okay. So my wife, my wife has started making homemade sourdough.
Oh, love it.
We've got 2 sourdough starters. One is named Mabel. That's the original. And I felt that there was a missed opportunity that I got to capitalize on when she started a second starter. The second starter's name is Dawana. Like Moana, but Dawana.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she made sourdough pretzel bites just now, and she just brought them into me. Oh my god, dude, it's so fucking fire, bro.
Jealous.
Oh,
That sounds good.
No. You're still on my unhappy list.
hey,
For my cookies.
we're gonna get the cookies made this weekend. Okay, we're gonna get the cookies made this weekend, but dude,
I don't want you to be happy right now because I don't have my damn cookies.
with the concoction that is made in Shiner, Texas, these pretzel bites.
Dude, you should have made some
Are
beer
they-
cheese to go with it.
Do what now?
Some beer cheese to go with it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, right? So man, I should have said that.
Beer cheese, a little hot mustard.
Oh, yes, sir. Anyway, so yeah,
there is some news in the ether that I've heard that Mrs. Butterworth is coming back. Or not Mrs. Butterworth, but Aunt Jemima. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that too.
And she better be thick or I'm going to be pissed.
I mean, do we have to wait till January 20th to get her back on the bottle?
I don't know.
We better not.
I mean, she's modeled after an actual person.
Yeah.
Yep.
She was at the 1890 World Fair.
Yeah, I mean, and when they took her off the bottle, the
Former
families that had
slaves.
been receiving royalties got all up in arms. They're like, that was going into a trust fund for our grandkids.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was a former slave too.
Yeah.
Oh my God. See, this is why I can't get.
And they
This is why I
put
got
her
the
on
dad
there.
bod going like hard, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, because I was on the carnivore diet for the longest time. I love carbs.
Are we ready for our picks? I think
Yeah,
we're ready.
Let's do it.
I'm getting there. Hold on.
Do we want to do joke time with Colin first and then go into the NFL?
Yeah.
Do that.
You ready to go, bud?
Yep.
Now remember that the eyes are upon you. Just imagine an audience in a basement somewhere with a stained wife beater, a disdain for life, and a really bad piss poor attitude because, well, you get the idea.
And and hates anybody that takes
Rising
orders.
from the smoke and haze of desolation comes a Spartan. He is bent on wronging that which has been set right. It's the greatest genetic code ever to exist here for your ears and eyes to feast upon. Spartan Colin, I hope you're bringing the smoke tonight. Someone get me a joke.
Oh, hold on.
What are we holding on for?
Both are good.
Oh, wait a minute. All right. So the first one that you sent me
Mhm.
with the first one is good. Let me see here. Hold on. Second one, no. That's a no bueno.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we're gonna have one joke this week,
Yeah. So he's got one joke this week.
Okay.
but it's a good
Better
one.
make it good.
There's 4 men on the Titanic when it hits the iceberg. The waiter says, "We need to get to a lifeboat." The teacher says, "What about the kids?" The lawyer says, "F them kids." The priest says, "Do you think we have time?"
I mean, we could play a couple of holes.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh,
And
Never let go, Jacka. Never let go. Mm.
I never really liked them. I didn't really care for that movie too much.
Not a lot of guys did.
I've never seen it.
You're not missing much.
I read the book.
I mean, I know how it ends. So
I mean, we know how it's supposed to end. Yeah.
My friend, I was picking him up. My brother-in-law was picking him up, and he was watching the ending. It got to the part where the dramatic scene of the iceberg and Titanic. You didn't know if it was gonna hit or if it was gonna hit or it wasn't gonna hit. I was like, "Hey, dude, it sinks. I read the history books. Let's go."
Oh no. So my first wife made me take her on a date to go see this movie. I drank, one of those like big, like 64-ounce Cokes, right? And I'm like not thinking this is going to be a 3.5-hour movie without intermission.
Oh,
So about the time you see that hand go up against the window of that 32 Model A Ford, right? I'm sitting there, I'm like, I've got to pee, right? And I'm like, I'm leaning over, I'm like, I gotta go pee. I gotta pee. She digs her nails into my arm. She's like, don't go anywhere. And I'm like, the fucking boat sinks. I said it out loud, right? Exactly. You know, I mean, I got there's teenage girls behind us that are just losing their shit. I mean, they're all like,
just let this be fun for me.
You know, I'm like, no. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, read a history book for fuck's sake. And I was like, here's the thing.
Spoil the whole thing for me.
I was just being a complete dick at this point because I'm like, I got nothing to lose. I already know that I'm going to get into a fight when I get out to the car. I'm like, you know what? Leo dies. And I walked out.
Oh.
I came back and sat down just in time for her to go, never let go, Jack. Never let go. And these kids sink below the water. And these girls are like losing their fucking minds. My first wife is sitting there going, you're an asshole. And I'm like, hi, have we met?
First time.
Yeah.
Hey, Darius, you know what? I let you in here because you're good with football. Don't be like Beyonce and stay in your lane. Okay, kid? All right. Come in here with this Astros better than the Red Sox shit.
Wish we won a world championship.
I'm not going to lower myself to sound like a Yankees fan and tell you about how many rings the Red Sox have won in the 21st century. So I don't know. Can't believe I'm about to say this to somebody under the age of 18, but go get fucked and stay fucked. Okay.
Oh,
we were going to switch to NFL, but I think we should still do that.
Yes, we are. Okay.
Hey, Darius.
Go ahead. Oh! Colin coming in off the top rope.
Oh,
flying burrito. You remember the flying burrito, Chris, coming in off the top of the Humvee?
hell yeah.
You may be new and stuff, Darius, but you know we're the original.
You've been smacked by the OG.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Now, we started the week off with the Commanders at the Eagles.
That was actually a good game.
It was a good game, even though the entirety of the show picked the wrong team.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because we decided to run it back. And we thought, hey, you know what? Hold on a second here. Oh, wait. Wait one. Hold on a second. Oh shit! Wait a minute. Yeah, we all picked the wrong team. And then we're like, you know what? We're gonna run it back. We all picked Green Bay, including Poochie. I know he did because he's an emotional guy.
Yeah,
we got that one right, 20-19. So yay us. And the no-brainer lock of the week was Detroit hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I thought it was going to be bad, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad.
Well, we learned who the bigger pussy was.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
We learned who the royal cat was. If you were, yes, please.
Learn which one smelled worse.
These may not make it out.
That's gonna go. That's gonna go through your thighs.
That's okay. It just keeps your ears warmer. Anyways,
that was a 187. Okay, whatever.
MDK, murder, death, kill.
Yeah. I told you, as long as BC doesn't show up this week and start talking about, dude, the Rocky Thons, I'm gonna fucking mute him all day. See, if he had been on and you played that Army video about the Army Navy game uniform, him and I would have been collectively losing our shit in unison. And then I would have had to have reminded him that the Rocketsons were not fucking present at the Battle of Bastogne because they didn't become a part of the division until the 50s. Know your history, motherfucker. All right. Anyway, we also learned who the leaner cat was. Sirloin. And funny enough, I had a sirloin tonight for dinner.
Nice.
Nice.
Next on the docket, we had Miami.
I was surprised about that one.
We all
honestly.
got it right.
I was leaning for Miami, but I was like, I don't know.
We got it right.
I got that.
Now,
but
there are voices of dissent that exist out in this world to do nothing more than just piss and moan and live in their own shit and shit and vinegar. They would have picked Las Vegas, and they would have been wrong.
Yeah.
All right. The passive aggressive aggression is real this week. Okay. Next up, the Los Angeles Rams at New England. Now, this game was close. It was close. 28-22 in favor of the Rams. Colin, unfortunately, you sided with New England. It wasn't a bad pick. It was just
unsightly.
Yeah, no, it's 6 points. I mean, really.
Could be the Falcons game.
I mean, quibbling over 6 points would be like most women quibbling over 6 inches. I mean, you're going to get 6 inches just one pump at a time. Isn't that right, David?
Yeah.
Okay.
It may take you a couple of days, but you'll get 6 inches.
Johnny's gonna end up choking to death.
I know.
You're gonna be like George W. watching Monday Night Football. Remember, that's a deep cut right there, right?
Right.
Okay. Next up, Colin is on a two pick streak. He picked Cleveland. We all picked New Orleans.
It's because we made the right decision.
Well,
shut up, David. You chose the Falcons.
Oh my God. Oh, that was great.
My wife got me a standing desk for my birthday. So,
oh man,
if I have to if I have to double over because I'm laughing, I can do that now. Or I can be like Michael Scott. But
that was good.
I mean, when David shows himself to the door, he knows at that point he's been had.
Yep.
Oh my God. Okay.
I don't like this beating anymore.
Okay. So,
oh man.
Chris, you were the only one that got this pick right. We picked Baltimore. Pittsburgh ended up coming out victorious on that one. It was 18-16. So good for the Steel Curtain. And then we all picked Minnesota. Of course, we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, that was easy. That was easy.
We all picked Indianapolis. Indianapolis they had to come back to do it, but they beat the Jets 28-27.
Listen, a W is a W.
Hey, W is a W. I mean, doesn't matter. Had sex, right?
Yeah. God damn it, Colin.
David got this pick wrong by picking the Atlanta Falcons.
We all know David got this pick wrong. Why don't you rub it in? Rub it in. Go ahead.
I
don't want
more than we ever could.
I don't want you demonstrating to the world that you're a squirter, David. That's supposed to be a secret.
Hey, you guys. All right.
Now,
Yeah.
Okay,
On
so
to the next one.
David, retribution comes in many forms. This one just happened to be when you pick the Seahawks. Don't know how that happened, but
I'm as amazed as everybody else on this one. I just chose the Seahawks only because I like them better as a team other than San Francisco. San Francisco still has a lot of people that are on the injured list. And the
so you're
Seahawks
basically telling me is
And then an emotional pick.
Dog's ass, sunshine, your day.
No, I actually made the choice because a lot of their great players are on the injured list.
Damn, it was an educated guess.
Yeah.
No,
I refuse to.
It was an educated wish. That's what it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll
I
go with that. If that helps everybody out on this team.
But it does.
It's the only explanation.
Have you seen? I saw like a video with that bucket. It was a Deadpool video. It was Blind Owl
Oh yeah,
sticking your hand.
Because
Yeah.
it's on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, the tongue is textured.
And the bucket's on Deadpool's lap. And
Yeah.
Blind
I
Owl.
can't believe you put your hand in it after what I did. Oh, I forgot to tell you that.
Look, if you've shaken hands with anybody in your life, odds are there's been a dick in that hand.
Yep.
You got a good point.
Darius, take it for what it is. They're winning right now. You're going to go through life, and part of life is disappointment. You know, like the first time that you're going to be in the bathroom jerking off and your hand falls asleep because you're just that boring. Yeah, get used to it.
Then it becomes a strange.
Now, this next one for everybody
Oh,
was a happy moment.
yes. Happy moments, except for those who are Kansas City Chief.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Hey, Patrick Mahomes, suck it. I'm going to Disneyland.
I called it. I said if there was anybody that could beat the Chiefs, it was the Bills.
Yeah, yeah.
And not only did they beat the Chiefs, but they beat the Chiefs convincingly.
Yep.
Yes.
I mean, when Taylor's boyfriend is applauding you after the time runs out, you know you did something right.
Worth it.
Worth it.
Worth it.
Okay, now, Sunday night game. We all, except for Colin. Colin picked the Bengals. It wasn't a bad pick. It was just the wrong pick. 34-27 Chargers. Coach Harbaugh is introducing something that's been sadly lacking and missing from the NFL locker room environment for decades. He's bringing esprit de corps and kind of a collegiate mindset to the locker room. Team pride. Just buying into this system, hyping guys up. They're not putting award stickers on the back of their helmets, but I'm sure that these guys have got a sheet hanging in their locker, with stickers on it or something. They're getting accolades every week for the good plays. And they're going into these locker rooms after a win. And, they're singing for He's a Jolly Good Fellow just because they don't have a fight song. Because he was on the Pat McAfee show today or the other day. And they talked about it. And I'm like, okay. I'm not necessarily a Chargers fan. I'm not necessarily a Los Angeles Chargers fan. You take them back to San Diego, we're going to talk something different. Okay. But all that aside, Coach Harbaugh is doing something there. He is changing the culture in the locker room. He's starting on the lowest level possible within the Chargers organization. And I think that it is a good thing. I think that the more coaches need to adopt that. And, especially Dallas. I know right now it's they're playing the Texans. I get it. We all picked the Texans to win because we have zero faith in the Dallas Cowboys organization, because their owner, Jerry Jones, is more concerned with putting up curtains. You saw the camera move, right? Give me a plate. Cinnamon sugar pizza pretzel bites, y'all.
You calm down. Like,
those will not go. Oh, those are good, but they will not go good with beer. Anyway, Jerry Jones is more concerned with putting up curtains for a boxing fight or for a boxing event than he is for putting up blackout tent on windows for game day. Because why? I'm concerned about the almighty dollar. Guess what, Scrooge McDuck? When you kick the big one and you go off to that Sioux, Arkansas Razorback Valhalla, I hope your room, I hope whatever patch of land that they give you off in the hollers of heaven, I hope the sun beams directly in your eyes at 4:00 in the fucking morning to the second, like clockwork, every damn day. Sorry. I got a little emotional with that one. Sorry.
Just a wee bit.
But it needed to be said. And, I think I felt like yeah. I saw that graphic, Darius. Yeah, Jake Paul's got more wins in AT&T Stadium this year than the Cowboys do. Just kind of putting that out there. I mean, it'd be one thing if the Cowboys were taking money for, taking the L for money, but I mean, guess technically they are getting paid.
What was it like 2 weeks ago that Dak Prescott was literally mouthing off and saying, "We fucking suck."
Yeah, we fucking suck. Exactly. They know they suck. Now, do I think that it's a coaching change? Do I think a coaching change is needed? Yeah, maybe. At least at the head coach position.
When you're using plays from the Waffle House menu, I mean, it kind of says that you need to, get a new coach.
I mean,
no, what they do is they look at the waffle and they think that's a play.
I can see that. All right, so picks of next week. I mean, we're still waiting on the Houston to beat Dallas. So
yeah, we already know how that's going to end, though.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm working on it here. Hold on.
Let me start it off. First game, Steelers.
Wait a second. Damn, dude. I gotta get the spreadsheet up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. I thought.
Damn, dog.
You know what?
Prince.
See, this is why people get fired from this show, dude.
Well,
no, it's not the reason, but yeah,
that's one way to do it.
Yeah,
there are others. So some more spectacular than others.
Yes, it'd be funny.
Some prefer to do the crash and burn. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, for those that do the crash and burn, they like to deflect a lot too. So, there's that.
That's very true.
Okay.
Blame the wall for jumping out in front of them.
Or people just,
Damn gravity.
Curse you.
I was holding that wall up just fine. I don't like the way you looked at me.
I was told specifically that wall was going to be relocated. You guys, bullshit.
I I came in to work today, and they told me that I knew it was no longer my paycheck, and they took my red swing line stapler, and I'm going to burn this place to the ground.
I will burn it. I don't want to. The last time I did
It's like,
and I don't.
like,
I just want.
yeah, I'm going to need you to go ahead and take more clips out of context. Yeah, that would be great.
All right, you ready? You better be ready now.
Yes, I'm ready. So we've got the Steelers at Cleveland. I'm taking Pittsburgh all day.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely Pittsburgh on this one.
Colin, are you taking Cleveland?
Yeah.
Colin, I swear to God. You know, at this point, I would be disappointed if he didn't.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, I have it. I have to uphold a standard now.
You do. You have a reputation that you need to uphold. So I'll give him that.
Which
Point
is
for
why
Rick-
I'm gonna have a fun time
consistency.
picking this next game.
God.
Uh,
No! Come on!
don't make us do it.
I can see a couple of games, but come on, man. Every one of them? Let me guess what you're going to do in the third game.
Oh, that's what I'm going to do.
No, God!
What are you gonna do? I know.
So we've got the Chiefs going to Carolina to play the Panthers.
Obviously. Obviously, it's the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Chiefs on this one.
But what version of Carolina is going to show up this week? Is it going to be the practice squad or the
Doesn't
JV
matter.
team? No, I didn't say the varsity because
It doesn't matter. They can throw the cheerleaders in there. It's not going to make any difference. They're
well,
going
it might to Travis Kelce.
Oh, that's true. So they'll win by 20 instead.
Right, he's practically a married man. Well, no, that's just because his girlfriend has him in a coven.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you join a cult.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
I mean, did you see
Training
the
is
little
pleasure.
haircut he had 3 weeks ago? Like, my God, man. Like at the beginning of the season, that dude looked dejected as hell. Like,
Have you seen her?
Travis, Trump won. I'm cutting you off. No sex for 4 years.
Where's my blue bracelet?
But Tay.
But I didn't vote for him. But you're a man.
You're a man.
You thought about it.
Oh my God, my body, my rights. Oh yeah. Anyways, that got dark really fast.
Could get dark.
And the viewer count went up actually. So
Oh,
hey,
wow.
look.
Hey,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
No, it went down a little bit. I mean, we had 8. Now we have there we go.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, they came in just long enough to clip that part of the show, and it's gonna show up on a short sometime tonight or tomorrow morning. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't like picking KC. Oh my God.
I don't either, but it's you just
Colin, are you going with Carolina? Just because at this point you don't care. Okay.
Yeah, baby.
All right, let's go. All right. So Minnesota for everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure you don't want the Bears, Colin?
Yes, I'm sure. although I will say, I do see the possibility of them.
Oh my God.
I like Darius.
See the possibility of North Korea taking over all of Russia too.
Hey,
I
if
don't
the
know.
Panthers
No,
upset
no,
the
no,
Chiefs,
no.
those rice patty pickers might just very well go on strike because fuck me, the Panthers won.
That's true. They're
No,
like, if they can win, anybody can win.
No,
Oh, wait,
no,
I
they
think
wouldn't. Because, did you hear what happened?
I'm thinking the wrong team. Never mind.
Because the North Korean army is basically worthless right now because they finally got internet access and access to porn. Now they're porn addicts.
But
Oh,
I
is
just
it
think
the-
that their dominant hands are going to be
it-
swollen. Fuck, dude.
Is it give me the
Yeah.
scene from Family Guy?
Fantastic.
I'm gonna go get my mail. Been
Uh,
working out? No.
Yeah. Yeah, the,
no.
the North Korean army is going to walk out of their barracks looking like Quagmire.
I gotta go do something.
And then
Hey.
Emaciated advisor sunk back in his head.
Hey, Quagmire, you been working out? No.
Where have you
All
been?
right, so I went ahead and took the liberty of picking Houston over the Titans next week for everybody.
Huh?
Yep.
Oh, that was
Yep.
easy.
Mhm.
Oh, you could
Yep.
do the next one too, I think.
Yeah, I said these first like
Okay.
5 weeks are all no brainers.
Okay, listen to me. Listen, I'm picking the Lions. I just want to clarify.
You sure?
But
Did you see that the Lions are going to win that game? Are you sure you still want to pick them?
I like where this is going. Giggity, giggity, giggity.
I see the smallest glimmer of light that the Colts have a chance of winning.
Dude,
No.
You know, I think I think
Here's
Jaguars did that last week too, and they got a lot of black eyes.
Yeah, but the Colts aren't the Jaguars.
Close.
not really.
No, not even close. Again,
Quarterback is more worried about the pussy he's going to get after the game as opposed to what shampoo and conditioner he's going to use after the game.
again, David, it wasn't the Falcons game.
damn.
I mean, here's David's balls right here. Bam!
David's winning the argument. Nope.
Like, oh, look, there it is. You're so cute and cuddly. Oh God, I killed him. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for yelling. All right, so this next game we actually have to have a conversation about. New England at Miami.
I'm picking on Miami on this one.
I can't decide. And one of my friends, Chip Wilson on Facebook, brought up a really great point this weekend. He can't decide, and neither can I, whether or not the Miami head coach looks like either a pedophile or a gay porn star.
Gay porn star.
Why not both?
This here, they mutually exclusive.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Is there a difference?
Exactly. It's like
I mean, not wrong.
All right, well, we know who Darius is taking.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
this one
I
could go.
want to take the Dolphins because they're at home. It's really
Okay.
the only different. The only reason.
I see this going either way. I'm leaning towards Miami more, but I think I'm gonna go with New England.
I'm expecting to fully take the L in this one, but I'm going to take New England also.
Yeah, no, I'm expecting.
I'm gonna stick with Miami.
Okay, what about you, David?
I'm gonna take Miami.
Okay, all right. That settles that.
Antonio.
All right.
I can already.
Now, the New York Giants announced today that they are benching Daniel Jones, their quarterback.
I wonder why.
A 2-8 start for the season. Guess what, New York Giants fans? You're not going to the playoffs.
Is the NFC East the weakest division in all of the NFL?
Well, if you take out the Philadelphia Eagles right now and the Washington Commanders, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm including them.
Oh.
I stand by that statement.
Okay. Okay. I'm taking Tampa Bay.
Same.
Same.
We already know we're going to say on the next one too.
Yeah. Commanders.
Commanders.
Yeah.
Redskins.
Well, which is it, David? Stop picking. Just pick a team.
And don't call them the commies because that didn't work out real good for the last guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This is going to be the game that drives Chris and David nuts. The Broncos at the Raiders. I'm taking Denver.
Could not care less. Literally, you could put two homeless people out there to fight, and I'd probably care more.
I mean, they still have it on VHS. You can still find it.
Right.
Hobo fights.
Fuck it. I'm
Hey, he got my pick, so I don't have to say it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's the Donkeys. Okay, I'm gonna put it this way: they're going to win, but I'm not saying that I'm picking it. I'm just observing that they're going to win.
I'm not saying they're going to win, but I'm not going to be happy about it.
Dude, I enjoy picking the Donkeys. I don't know what's up, y'all.
Yeah, but that's because there's something wrong with your brain.
Yeah, well, we've established this, but
I mean,
with respect,
have you seen his genetics lately? So,
well, this is true. I have seen the source material, at least on one side. Again, with respect.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. With respect. You kidding me?
Oh, man.
I mean, you try to raise them right, and
and then they go and pick the Broncos. Where did we go wrong?
Well, what was it? It was the Australian guy. He's like, "What are you watching?" I was watching porn. No, what were you watching? I was watching the new episodes of Star Wars. Get the fuck out.
He goes. He's like, "What episode?" Episode 7. He goes, "You get out of my house."
Hey, look, Darius. I ain't no Marine kid. So.
See?
Oh,
coming in from the top rope.
Damn, he said you ain't got no nipples.
That's some 11 Charlie shit right there.
Oh my god, you almost killed Johnny. Did you wait until he had something in his mouth so you choke on it? That's the way. You get, Johnny, well, I'm gonna give him some food and say something funny.
Well, in a game that we all know what Pookie is going to pick, the 49ers are going up to the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field.
I don't feel any better about picking the Packers, but I'm just making it clear that I am stating they are going to win. That's not any indication that I am picking them in any way, shape, or form.
Okay. Yeah, no, I got you. And Darius, to your comment, I got family all over the military, so I can say whatever. Until you strap up a uniform, son, and you actually have skin in the game, you can't say shit.
You'll sit there and you go and
get a pendant going, "Go Navy, beat Army." Shut up. No, I'm not saying that because then my mom is going to see a clip of the show and she's going to be like, "I'm a Navy spouse." I know that you're a Navy spouse.
She gets a pass.
Yeah, she gets a pass. I mean, to be fair. The Navy put food on my plate, on my family's table for 20 years. So true that. Thank you.
They're still the Navy.
Yeah, but my paychecks were never signed by the Department of the Navy. So
that's true.
Yep, that's true.
Anyways, everybody going for Green Bay?
Yeah, sure.
Colin.
You know better.
I thought y'all were gonna go 49ers.
No.
Why? The
Why?
hell would we go 49ers in this game?
Did you pick Green Bay because you thought we were all going to go 49ers and you thought that you were going to be just ironic enough? To
No,
where you
he just wants to be. He just wants to be.
suspenders?
He wants to be like in the cool kid crowd.
Peer pressure is a thing. Okay.
Yes.
And you're
No,
Back off a little bit.
no.
Now, peer pressure can mean a different thing if you surf. I'm just kind of putting that out there.
I am going 49ers.
Why would you assume that we would?
Why do you have an upset stomach? What did you eat? I mean, is it hurting really bad? I mean, Pepto-Bismol, dude.
I had the Pepto-Bismol tastes amazing.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
It makes your crap turn black.
No, dude, I would drink Pepto-Bismol if it didn't kill me.
Would it kill you?
I think at some point it might.
Because all it is liquid charcoal.
I mean,
Point being, I had the big French dip from McAllister's.
Oh, that explains it.
And then I had
Okay.
broccoli, and then
Moving on. Jeez, this is a friggin' no-brainer. I'm taking Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
okay, that's Gabe.
I'll take Seattle.
Rude Tempest. Gabriel.
That's from an anime.
I get that it's from an anime, but this is not an anime show.
I was watching this. I
This
was
is a
watching,
sports show.
and I was watching.
And I will tell you the same thing.
Show.
The Cardinals.
Okay, David. I thought for maybe just a second you were going to stay true to your brethren up in the Pacific.
No. Dude, if you read the chat, I'm picking the Seahawks. I've already said that. He asked, who are they playing? And I said, the Cardinals.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't put that up there. And no, hold on. Don't ceasefire me. Are you ready? Don't do that. No. Nay. No. Are you ready? Okay. Tank. Dismount. 2. To the right. Eyes on. Engage. Okay. Here's the thing. Whenever I'm talking to somebody in the chat, I say their name first. 1, so that way you let everybody on the panel know who you're talking to. And 2, you're actually engaging with the people in the chat. It's a miraculous thing called crowd engagement.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
No, okay. You're right.
I'm
sorry for yelling. But yeah, dude, really? Come on. An anime name? It's an anime name. Oh my god, anime. Okay, whatever.
Funny story. Before I logged into the show, I was watching the anime.
Yeah, but when you come in here, you've got a Christian Anglo name. Look at that, Colin Skelton. It's just very.
You forgot the Prince part.
Or the Prince, yeah. I'm just
okay.
Okay, so all right. So in all transparency here, Ramu Tempest, Gabriel, he's my nephew, and I can give him crap because I'm that uncle. I'm the uncle that will embarrass you. You're actually thinking the Cardinals. See, this is why you're not allowed to vote yet, Darius.
I will say, Rimuru Tempest can beat Goku.
Okay, whatever.
Okay. All right.
Moving on.
Eagles, Rams.
Eagles at the Rams. Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Actually, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna go Eagles on this one.
I didn't even get to choose the last game.
You're gonna pick Seattle.
Yeah, I was, but yeah, it's not. It's
See, there
besides
you
the
go.
point.
Who are you taking, David?
I'm taking the Eagles.
Chris?
Eagles.
Colin?
Philadelphia.
Okay. I was worried for a second.
No.
All right. The Monday night game. The Ravens at the Chargers. Where did David go?
I am no longer letting the Ravens let me down.
I'm choosing the Chargers.
I pressed the wrong damn button on that one. I was moving the StreamYard and I gotta get in.
I'm really glad that you did.
It was
that would have been awkward if you did accidentally hit present.
Yeah. That was kind of serendipitous on that one.
Oh boy. All right, so I kind of like the Chargers on this one.
Same.
After last week,
Tired of letting the
I
Ravens
think
down too many times.
David taking Baltimore.
no Chargers.
you know what I think. I think the Ravens had a good start at the beginning of the year, and I think they hit that wall.
Okay, all right. Colin employing some logic there. All right, so the teams that are on a bye week going into this week, you've got the Falcons, who really don't need a bye week because let's face it, they haven't shown up for work except maybe 1 or 2 times already this year. The Bengals, they have a bye week. Joe Burrow, my advice to you, spend the time with your wide receivers and dye the tips out of your hair. The Jaguars, just look forward to next year. Get ready for those exit interviews. Looking at you, Trevor Lawrence. Anyways, we've got the Jets. The Jets have already been eliminated from postseason contention.
That is so funny.
Aaron Rodgers, I would probably at this point, I would contact your sales rep from Lloyd's of London and have your Achilles tendons reevaluated because you could probably cash in on that policy and retire. The Saints, well, I mean, it's the Saints. I mean, you're basically in the same boat as the Jets. Hey, on the bright side, though, I hear the red light district is hiring for bouncers. So there's that. The Bills, you have earned that week off. Revel in it. Because your work is going to be cut out for you between here and the end of the season. You have an absolute mission that is obtainable because between now and the end of the season, your one job is to try to secure the number 1 overall seed in the AFC. Because if you go between here and the end of the year and run the table, even if you end up in a tiebreaker with Kansas City, guess what? By virtue of the fact that you beat them last night or yesterday afternoon, you can take the number 1 seed from Kansas City. Believe it or not, it's there. It's for the taking. It's just up to you. How bad do you want it? So heal up your guys, get square, get right with God, and go out and run the table. Anyways, all right, David. So what I'm going to do here real quick is we're going to save. And then we are going to hold on just a minute. I'm going to get this sent over to you here.
Okay. Oh, I'll put it up after the show, anyways.
Yeah, I'll wait till after the show to put it or to send it over to you, so that way I can get it exported over to a PDF. But
so who's going to watch Gladiator 2 this weekend?
I don't know if it'll be this weekend, but I do want to watch it.
I do want to see it. It's just not going to be this weekend. More than likely, the family budget for movies is going to be taken up by my wife and her sister because they're going to probably go see Wicked this weekend.
Mm.
Listen,
Did you hear the controversy on that?
no, I haven't. But here's the thing: they saw this play on Broadway when they visited New York City a couple of years ago, and they absolutely loved it, and they cried at several different points during the course of this play because of the singing. I don't care to go see it in the theater. I'll be good to watch it on streaming. I know that the movie's going to be successful. Is what it is. It just doesn't excite me. There's really nothing in the theaters that's out right now that I'm just frothing at the bit to go see. I'm just not.
You're not frothing to go see Red One?
Not on opening weekend. That's I'll catch it on a matinee, so I get my tickets for like half price.
It came out last week. I just realized I was going to watch it. I was like, nah, I'll wait.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those.
It's not the Mel Gibson Christmas one. That was awesome.
No, that was Fat Man.
Oh, Fat Man. Oh, Fat Man.
That was awesome.
Phenomenal.
So good.
I loved Fat Man. That movie was great.
Dude, I loved what was the one that came out? Not last year, the one before that.
The one before that one. You know what? That's a Christmas
Silent
tradition.
Night.
Oh, that's Silent Night.
Yeah.
That's a Christmas tradition now. They're making like, violent Santa Claus movies for Christmas.
I'm here for that.
We had was Die Hard.
What about Die Hard?
I said before all these came out, the only violent Christmas movie we had was Die Hard.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sorry, you said Die Hard, and I suddenly became Jake Peralta for some reason.
I know,
but I found an ugly sweater that I do want. Hold on a second here. Yep, by God, it is 20-10. The good guys are winning. Well, it depends on your definition of good guys. Okay.
I wouldn't label us as the good guys because I feel like beating the Cowboys is like beating a child.
Oh yeah, my wife, she's like, it smells like the pretzel place in the mall out here, and I was like, yeah, it doesn't smell like that in here because I'm cracking them off. I mean,
you didn't hear me, did you?
No, I didn't because I took my headphones off. What'd you say?
I said I wouldn't label us the good guys because beating the Cowboys is like beating a child.
Yeah.
This year it is.
Yeah, this year it is. Now, I found the ugly sweater that I want absolutely for Christmas, and it says it's not Christmas time until I see Hans Gruber fall off the Nakatomi Plaza Tower.
Yeah,
I want that ugly sweater. I do.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that today.
Because I've got the sweatshirt that everybody has seen for the last 2 years. It says "Ho ho ho! I have a machine gun now." And Darius and Gabriel, if you're still in here, we have a tradition here at Angry Me that on the Nerd Sports Show, the week of Christmas, I read a Die Hard Christmas. I'm not going to do it right now, obviously, because that's breaking tradition. That's why they're called traditions.
Yeah.
But just know that this is a thing. So,
like putting up a Christmas tree on after Thanksgiving. That's a tradition that should never have been broken up. But
yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. I have to hang lights this coming weekend on the house. So I don't know if I get a pass just because I got to get on a ladder and climb the roof. I don't know. But nonetheless, I have to put up Christmas lights this weekend. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to climb my then 47-year-old butt up onto the roof. And hopefully Netflix doesn't buffer and the world sees my ass like they did with Mike Tyson.
That would be put in the calendar right there.
Oh, it would. It would. It would. In fact, I think you've given me an idea for December. I'm going to be up on the roof. I'm going to have my wife stand in the driveway and zoom in, and I'm going to toss it back. All right, but no, I have been playing the dog shit out of some Ghost of Tsushima because I'm just trying to get through the playthrough, right? I mean, I'm doing
masterpiece,
dude. Yeah, I am absolutely all over the side missions, like the Tales of Jin, and
yes,
dude, I'm
absolute gold standard.
Oh yeah, and you know the director's cut on the PS5 is beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. And you know, I bought the PlayStation 5 specifically to play things like Ghost and you know, like the cross-platform games. Yeah, I'll go play those on my Xbox, right? Just you know, because I'm a gamer score whore. But I really didn't want to get all goo goo gaga over the PS5 just because I'm like, you know, I was a PlayStation guy, but then I became an Xbox guy. But now that I've got both top end, you know, both of the current generation consoles, I'm like, man, for the PlayStation exclusive stuffs, those games are just gorgeous.
Yeah,
most of them. There is one game that I do want to play. It is it's going to be out on Game Pass, I think Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember. It's going to be on. It's a day one release on Game Pass. What is it?
There's a game. I know I'm not gonna be able to play it on the Xbox, so I might have to buy it on Steam because it's on Game Pass, but I think it's only for next gen consoles. That first Berserker game looks phenomenal.
Yeah. Where did it go? Oh, you were talking about Game of the Year awards, Black Ops 6.
No,
Hellblade
no,
2.
no.
These are the nominees for the Xbox titles.
Oh, Xbox. Okay.
Yeah. So you've got Black Ops 6, Hellblade 2, Age of Mythology Retold, Diablo 4, and Fallout. Why really? Just because you remastered Fallout?
See, and I saw a guy did a TikTok today, or I saw it today, and he had a good point. He said that there should be a separate category, especially with the amount of remakes and things that are coming out now, but there should be a separate category for DLCs and for remakes. Absolutely. Because especially if you have a game that's already won Game of the Year, and then you nominate and you have the remake, and it gets nominated for Game of the Year again, that's really taken away from the new games.
Yeah,
that's what pisses me off about this year because don't get me wrong, I love Elden Ring. Elden Ring, phenomenal game.
Yeah,
the DLC should not be nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, at all. Now,
And
DLC.
And I only think two of the games that are nominated this year should win. That is Black Myth Wukong or Astrobot.
Yeah, dude. For a platformer, Astrobot, such a fun game to play.
The only other one,
the amount of content that's in there is
the only other one I would accept. And I didn't really care for it as much as people are hyping it up, is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. No. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. So was Final Fantasy VII Remake, but it's like that game was so good, and it was.
I get it, but put it in its own category of remake.
True.
Remakes and
okay.
Remakes.
No, here. Actually, I think
or just call it
a fine line. I think there should be a fine line because, for instance, Final Fantasy VII Remake adds a completely new style of combat.
Yeah, I mean,
to
there's
the game.
remake where it's a 1-for-1. You just upscale the graphics and you redo some of the texturing, but then you've got we're gonna upscale everything and we're gonna redo a lot of the mechanics in the game, like they did with what did you say, remake? It's a different combat system than the original Final Fantasy VII. So would that qualify? Maybe. I think
you can at least make the argument. I could see that. I still have my reservations about it.
I didn't. It's just to me, Rebirth was not as fun as Remake, and I know a lot of people would give me crap for that. Like I didn't know how many people liked Rebirth.
Uh-huh.
I don't really care for it too much, just because it was a lot more boring to me than Remake was. So
now there are 2 games that are coming out this week. One comes out tomorrow, and it can be a really huge time suck, but it's just overall it's a very expansive, very beautiful game. It's Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. It's a very practical game. I mean, people actually earn pilot's licenses or they acquire flight time hours on Flight Simulator. It's recognized. Another game that's coming out that I really want to play is Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl.
I want to play the first Stalker game and then play Stalker 2.
Yeah, I mean, but it just it just looks so good. And then fun fact, 30 years old. Warcraft is 30 years old. Of course, so is Star Trek Generations, which came out 30 years ago today. God, I'm old. I saw that opening day.
YouTube's fixing me.
You know what? This doesn't look all half bad. The Stalker 2 game.
Yeah, it looks good. Right?
There's so many games that are coming out that I'm excited for.
I'm just thankful that the end of the semester is coming up. So after, I think, what is it, December 10th, I take my last final for the semester. Dude, the next day, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to go right into the living room and I'm plop my ass on the couch, and I'm not going to move for a few hours. But just because I haven't had time to do a lot of gaming during the school year. I mean, rightfully so, because, process technology degrees and everything like that. But
here's a game that someone suggested I play up at work is a game called Foxhold. It's a MMORPG. And it's basically it looks like World War I, World War II. I think. And what it is you have to make your own bullets. You have to make all your other stuff and everything. And it's almost like
Rust.
No, because they actually have like a front line you can go to. You can stand back. You could just build bullets for the team.
Yeah.
And after whoever wins, we'll just say red blue.
Right.
If red wins, it cuts off, and they restart it again. And you can, as like the next one from I'm looking at right now is the next one's going to be like naval battles too. So you have to build like naval warships and everything.
Yeah. There was a MMORPG. Well, it wasn't an RPG. It was just an MMO. It was a kind of like a battle royale type game. It was called Hell Breaks Loose. Yeah, I mean, that was hugely popular on the PC for a little while there. Hell
Let Loose.
Yeah, Hell Let Loose. Thank you. Does anybody know if the Helldivers 2 servers are still active or not? They are. I mean, I
haven't heard anything about them shutting down, but
I do.
They're gonna come out new content right there.
Once 40K came out, it was they took a dive.
Yeah, big time.
No pun intended.
Yeah. I see what you did there. That was very, very good.
May the force be with you.
But yeah, it's
You know, I just realized something. I wonder how we could do it, but we could play video games. Well, I know I can do it with the PS 5.
Mm-hmm.
We could play games together and go on Twitch for a little bit if we wanted to record it.
Yeah, I have to renew my PlayStation Premium so that way I can game online on my PlayStation because I just went out and I just renewed my Game Pass Ultimate. So I mean, I need to keep that one going.
I'm starting to be like, man, why do I have to pay to play online? Like, I bought the game. Come on.
Well,
there's a lot of sentiments that with the PlayStation 4 when it first came out, and a lot of the games was you had to be online to play the game to get the downloaded update, and a lot of people were upset with that. It's just the cunning of times, unfortunately. Yeah. And what had happened was in my opinion, the reason why they started doing that was the downfall, and I'll just say it. Blockbuster, the downfall of Blockbuster, because you couldn't rent the games anymore, and they stopped making them really hard.
Here's the biggest reason. Okay, the gaming industry, and I'm talking about the console producers. I'm talking about Microsoft, talking about Nintendo especially because you have to be online to play anything, mostly. Sony, Microsoft. They were really pushing for the digital games where, like, oh, I just bought this game on digital. No, you own a license to that game on digital, right? Yeah. So you're just lucky that we don't have to pay a licensing fee every year. So
EA will find a way.
They will. It's called EA Play. Turnover on downs. Houston's taking over at the Houston 8. So they've got the field in front of them, and there is 2:13 left in the third quarter. Anyway,
do any of y'all playing Dying Light?
No, I
was looking at it. I was looking at it. I mean, I got that memory expansion for my Xbox. I was looking at doing the same thing, getting that SSD for my PlayStation. They've got a knockoff one. I say it's a knockoff one. They've got an SSD going around. It's on Black Friday sale on TikTok. Don't buy it. And here's the thing. With technology, you get what you pay for. Well, it's got a heatsink on it. So what? It's going to crash. It's not going to work the way that you think it's going to work. Go out, spend the extra money, and get you the Western Digital card. That's
not that expensive. To get a good one is not really that expensive.
I mean, even just the 1 terabyte card is what, $120 right now?
No, I don't even think they're that much. For a 1 terabyte, it's like 80 something now.
Yeah, something like, I mean, you can find them on sale everywhere.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just go out and do that. Because I was looking at it and I'm like, man, that's like a really awesome deal. And I'm just sitting there going, meh. Because then I remember back in the day, you remember back in the PS2 days when everybody had like the Mad Catz controllers that were always burning out?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and from that point going forward, whenever you talked about controllers for your consoles, I always matched the name brand. I went out and got the actual controllers because I am not about that life. I am not trying to burn up my consoles. Spend way too much time and way too much money on these things to have a peripheral be the reason why it goes down. Just not going to do it. I mean, you saw what happened to the Ocean Gate guys when they used a Logitech controller.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So, I mean,
of course, though, to be honest,
their whole world came caving in on them.
The Logitech controller was the only thing that survived.
It did. It did. It's true. I mean, but that's one hell of a price to pay to verify that the water in the pool on the Titanic is still there.
Right. But having said that, Logitech is a good name.
Colin, go ahead.
It wasn't a Mad Catz. It was Logitech, at least.
Colin, what was
that? On COD, somebody, I know y'all don't care about zombies, but this is still kind of cool to me. somebody made it to the round cap for BO6, which is 999, and they killed like 1.4 million zombies to get to that round.
Imagine how long that would take.
Oh,
Well,
it was like 174 hours, I think.
I still haven't gotten back to the campaign on Blackout or Black Ops 6 just because I'm like, I wanted to play zombie level. I would play zombies.
Okay, but
That's
like
exactly
that
what I said.
no.
Powered
Listen,
through it just so I could get to the end of the game.
no,
But I was
that
so fucking annoyed. So annoyed.
that level was so cool for so many reasons.
But you like to play the zombies or
Yes,
zombie levels.
but also you can just appreciate it for not only the music, but the mechanics of the level.
Can I?
Do you guys hear just hear what happened? Do you realize what just happened? We got scolded on the finer points of video game art and architecture by a 15-year-old.
Yeah. Doesn't mean he's right.
No, I am, because the music on that because the music on that level alone is a reason to play it.
The music was just zombie music rehashed.
Yes, but it was awesome.
It's
Dude,
okay.
it was metal,
But
it was
again,
heavy metal cover of Marat and Toten.
Sure. And if I wanted to play zombies and I wanted to do that, I would play zombies.
Hey, Johnny, quick question though. When Colin was in the womb, was that the kind of music you played on you put like headphones on? Because if he enjoys it that much, that could explain it.
I mean, we did play his mom went on this, we're gonna play classical music, and she put the headphones or the speakers up to her belly. But then I was starting to sneak Skillet into the playlists.
Okay.
So, I'll take that one. I'll take
it. I'm just trying to
at least he's not a Swiftie, thank God.
Look, it I'm not saying it was my favorite level. Sure wasn't.
I will say this, and again, I didn't enjoy the zombie levels. I detested them, in fact. But I did appreciate that they took some chances with the campaign this year, and they went out on a limb on some of the choices they made. They were a little brave, and I really appreciate that about it. They were willing to take a risk this year, which has not always been the case with Call of Duty.
Yeah,
So
I'm waiting. I'm kind of waiting for more content because but I'm not gonna play the multiplayer right now. I refuse to do that right now.
No,
I do not want to get. I don't feel like putting my controller through a wall. Let's just say
I honestly don't see the point anymore.
I don't either. I don't feel like grinding hours of my life away for a damn camo skin on a weapon.
Yeah, that's so. Currently, I am waiting for more content. I'm waiting for more content for zombies. And because I beat the campaign, I did everything for the campaign.
Oh.
And so now I'm just kind of waiting for new content. So.
Oh, and we're gonna miss out. We might as well say it now on the 20th. Well, 19th is Maria's birthday. Happy birthday, Maria! And on the 20th, someone's going a little older, and someone got a little package this weekend. He got new headphones, but he also got something else. What was that other thing, Johnny?
Oh, yeah. I'm getting it.
It's nothing that special.
It's not an authentic, but it's the thought.
Yeah.
David shows that through the fog of dyslexia, and I would say borderline autism. And no, for you lurkers out there, that is not me disparaging the autistic. I've got an autistic kid, So I don't know. Get fucked and stay fucked. I'm just kind of putting that out there. But David got me this.
Oh, nice.
I opened up the package. I was like, no fucking way. I called him and he was at work, and I'm just sitting there going, I know you're at work, but dude, nice. Like, thank you. Like, just still, it's just, to me, that was cool. So very, very awesome. Kudos on you, David. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So
I couldn't afford the original. I mean, I
was
like,
look,
original. No, he's not
an authentic, certified authentic autograph from Captain James Tiberius Kirk would have showed up on my doorstep.
I know you would try to figure out how to have my baby. It's okay.
I mean, I would do the Michael Scott and get it reversed. It's just, man. But yeah, this was pretty cool. So yeah, I'm turning. God, I'll be 47 on Wednesday. It's I'm going, boy, 47. It made, I don't know, it made me feel, I don't know, I look at it and I'm like, in Star Trek 2, Captain Kirk he deals with his mortality a little bit, right? He's like, and at the end of the movie, he's like, I feel young, right? We try as hard as we can to not take life incredibly serious. I mean, even though there are those out there whose lives are just that lacking that they've got to drag everybody down to their level, we take the high road. And there's a lot of people out there that they'll tell me that I don't look my age. I'm like, well, how old do you think I am? They usually miss the mark by, they undershoot it by like 15, 20 years. And, the secret to life, I think a lot of times is, just not giving a shit. I mean, really, you do the best that you can. Yeah, you're going to make mistakes along the way, but you do the best that you can. And you live life the best that you can. You try to improve your situation. You try to do everything that you can within the limits of your power to, live the best life that you can. And, like I said, you're going to hit bumps along the way. You're going to encounter things, you're going to encounter people that are going to really try to steal your joy. But as long as you're doing the best that you can, nobody can take that away from you. If it's not good enough at the time, you lick your wounds and you move on. And as long as you're learning from the situation, I think that you can chalk that year up as a win. So, I mean,
hey guys, I hate to break you. I need to go. My shoulder is killing me. I need to go attend to this.
Okay, bud.
Love you, man.
Love you too. Love, bud. Later. No Diddy. Look at that. He's buffering. Oh,
he switched to Netflix.
He's on the Netflix.
I'm just gonna do that for him. But it's like this show. You take this show, for example. You take this podcast company, for example. We try to change some things up. We try to add a couple of different elements to it. And we realize that they don't work, and we move on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it an easy decision? No. But at the end of the day, is it the right one? Yeah. I mean, as long as we're doing the best that we can for those of us, for those around us that we care about, I say go for it. Just, do it to it. But, it's been a fun year. I'm definitely looking forward to next year. I'm graduating in May of next year, so it's
we're gonna try to go to at least a baseball game.
Yeah, and we're definitely. I think that probably the best course of action for that is going to be.
I mean, we got to wait for the schedule to come out anyway.
Cooper Rush sacked for 7 yards, fumbles recovered. Recovered by Dallas. They fumbled and recovered by Houston at the Dallas 28, and Houston takes it in for a defensive touchdown.
Oh my! Really?
Two fumbles on the play. Two fumbles on the play, and the extra point is coming. So,
it's not showing on my end.
I've got it on the brand website. So
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think the best course of action for us to all get together would be in the summer when I've got the boys. So that way, we can take Colin with us to either Globe Life or it's not going to be. Oh, and that's a piece of news that I didn't hit. It's not going to be Minute Maid Park next year.
No, we already covered that.
Did we? No, we did not.
Yeah, a couple episodes ago.
Because they made that announcement today.
No, I remember talking about it. Either I remembered it or
we were talking about Tropicana Field in Tampa Bay and how it's going to be a shithole for a couple years because they can't afford to fix it. Minute Maid Park is the name of the ballpark down here in Houston where the Astros play.
Yeah, I thought they were changing the name. I knew they were changing the name of the Minute Maid Park.
No.
Deja vu.
Let me see here. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. While you're looking that up, hopefully next week Zach will be on in the Talk Hockey. So
yeah, if Zach, if you're in the chat right now,
or you watch it,
how about it, man? Hey, I'm eventually gonna get that Canadian accent down.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna chirp at you like
Did you watch that episode though that I did?
I watched part of it. I did watch part of it. Let me see something.
It was actually pretty interesting. I need to go ahead and re-listen to that, for improvements on me.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be called Daikin Park. It's D-I-A or D-A-I-K-I-N. Daikin Park. It's a heating and air conditioning company. It's a global company. The majority.
Yeah, we went over this. I know we definitely went over this.
I promise you that we didn't because the announcement was made today, literally this morning.
Either that, or you went over it and you said this might happen.
No, did not.
We didn't. We never covered this.
I promise you we didn't.
Because I remember verbatim.
No, I promise you we didn't.
You it might be that you think you remember it.
That
Houston recovered for a touchdown. It touched 5 players before it was recovered for a touchdown.
Oh wow! Yeah. I want to see that play.
But Daikin is going to be the Daikin Park is going to be a new name of the park for the next 15 seasons. It's a majority Japanese owned, but they are based in Houston. Their global corporate headquarters is here in Houston. The plans for the train that has all the oranges in the back, they've got a plan to swap those oranges out for something. I'm going with probably ice cubes. I don't know.
Yeah, probably be ice cubes.
But it is a Japanese air conditioning and heating company. But they are based in Houston. So, the original name of Minute Maid Park was Enron Field.
Yeah.
And if you remember way back in the 90s, Enron didn't fare so well, right? So obviously they lost naming rights. Minute Maid comes in. Minute Maid's got no ties to the Houston community other than naming the ballpark, right? Yeah. I think that this is going to be a good thing. They designed the logo with a home plate, in it, specifically for the reason of having their brand on the ballpark itself. So
Well, you have that constantly. Places change hands on a constant basis.
Well, they do. Like, okay, so like
Contract.
Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where the Titans play.
Mhm.
It used to be Arkadelphia. It was a cable company for the longest time. Like, I mean, it's had like 2 or 3 different names.
There's a couple of places that won't change only because of how much.
Well, Dodger Stadium is always going to be Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
Fenway Park is always going to be Fenway Park. The same thing with Yankee Stadium. It's always going to be Yankee Stadium.
They're just going to have like
Lambeau Field's always going to be Lambeau Field. Soldier Field always going to be that way. But corporate sponsorships for stadium naming rights. I mean, that's nothing new, like at all. I mean, it's nothing new. It's old hat. So, I mean, is it upsetting? No, I think it'll actually be a good thing. It's just going to take I give it a couple of months before Houston fans stop calling it the Juice Box, or stop calling it Minute Maid. It's just
Ice Box.
Yeah, they're going to start calling it the Ice Box.
Dude, could you imagine? Okay, hear me out. They put in better air conditioning units in there. I mean, it was nice.
Well, on days when they open the roof, I mean, you just have to play an outdoor game. But MLB has stipulations and rules for stadiums that have either retractable roofs or are completely enclosed. There's humidity thresholds that they cannot exceed.
Really?
Yeah, because what was it? It was there was a rumor that they were doing that at the old Kingdome up in Seattle. There was a rumor that they were doing that at the old Metrodome up in Minneapolis, where and especially whenever they would play games in Toronto at the Sky Dome, which is now the Rogers Center. When the roof was closed, there was a rumor that they were changing the humidity levels in the air to make the ball fly farther whenever the home team was at bat. So MLB stepped in and said, look, we're not saying that this is going on, but this is not going to go on. And so they made very strict, stringent rules about that. And they have been absolutely religious about enforcing them. Which, case in point, Aaron Boone a couple of years ago when the Yankees were playing the Astros in the postseason, I think it was the divisional round. The Astros wanted to play with the roof closed. And Aaron Boone's like, well, I want to play with the roof open. Well, home team has say so on it, right? They have to notify MLB like a day ahead of time. And the problem with retractable roof stadiums is the fact that, you have to pay attention to the weather reports. So if you're going to play with the roof open, you better be damn sure it's not going to rain. So, I mean, they look at the weather reports, they look at the humidity levels, and they're like, okay, well, it's going to be more because if you're playing with a set standard for humidity levels in the air that's set by MLB, for damn sure that that's not going to change. So it's a competition committee rule that they put into place. It's one that I've wholeheartedly agreed with over the years. I've not found a single problem with it at all because, I've seen my team come into Minute Maid and Globe Life Park, win games. And I've also seen them lose games with the roof open, with the roof closed, 6.5, 1 dozen to the other.
Yeah. And I guess we'll go ahead and land the plane right now.
Yeah.
We got things to do and everything. So,
on behalf of Chris Jacka, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. I know that we've gone long a little bit this week. This is episode 187 of the Nerd Sports Show. As I put out in my statement or our statement earlier this week, excuse the mess, pardon our dust. We're trying to figure a couple of behind the scene things out as far as logistics and production level. but we're going to get there. And you know, we thank you all for sticking with us. I mean, even if you're here just lurking in the back, hey, cool, good job. But
You're doing a good job.
yeah, you're doing a good job. Just make sure that when you put your clothes in the laundry, that you put the clothes that you have on in the laundry and use detergent, because boy, I could smell you from here. But with that being said, you have become privy. You become indentured, dare I say. And it's dawned on me in the middle of my tirade. I didn't play Colin's outro, but we're not going to do that. Not this week.
It's too late.
Yeah, it's way too late. It's past that.
We've gone too far.
Yeah, we can't pull over anymore, man. But thank you for participating and watching. If you're able to, give us a like, give us hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. We're here every week, 7:30, rain, sleet, snow, shine. We're going to try our best to not buffer.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised. I was so surprised that it didn't happen. But anyways,
well, I mean, we didn't exactly have the numbers to crash the site, so it's all good.
Yeah.
But I am Lord Johnny Skelton.
I'm David Dickerman.
I'm Prince Colin Skelton.
We are here for your enjoyment. We're here for your entertainment. And by God, if you want to bring the tea, we have receipts. Ladies and gentlemen, in the words of the immortal lesbian pirate, Bearded Clam, scissor me timbers are.
Oh.